It's a scene that is making headlines across the globe. Guests at Toronto's Ripley's Aquarium got more than they bargained for on Friday night when a man decided to strip down naked and take a skinny dip in the shark tank. I'm Adrian Ghobrial. The eye-opening misadventure took place here at Ripley's Friday night around 10:30. One woman I spoke to tells me she only realized what was happening when she heard security scream out, "Swimmer in the lagoon." Now, one man who shot some of the video you just saw, like many others, could barely believe what he was seeing.
It's like an aquarium that kind of goes over your head. Yeah. And we're looking around, all of a sudden, I see a guy doing back crawl, fully naked, right in the water, going like this, enjoying himself, having the best time ever. And he's like swimming in the water like a mermaid. When they told him to get out, he's swimming to the edge, gets out, the security guy pulls him out of the water, he stands, faces the security guy, does a backflip, fully naked, right back into the aquarium. This guy was just having the time of his life.
You see the shark swimming right underneath him.
Oh yeah.
And he's at the top of the water.
Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world. Look at him. Just breaststroke into the water like that.
He just walked right out.
Walked right out. Literally like paced out, like a fast walkout, and like they were like telling him not to leave, and he just gone.
Quite the night at the aquarium.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a good time.
More than you bargained for.
Better than I thought. I was there for just jazz night. All of a sudden, there's some naked guys swimming in the water. The incident took place during Jazz Night at the Aquarium, a popular evening for couples on the second Friday of each month. You can purchase some drinks and enjoy the aquatic sights, though Ripley's general manager says to them it was clear the mystery swimmer only had one thing on his mind when he arrived.
It was a premeditated maneuver by this gentleman, intentional. He was in the building for less than 25 minutes. He bought a ticket, went over to our Dangerous Lagoon overlook, disrobed, jumped the security fence, jumped in the water.
Any indication this gentleman came in and proceeded to drink a whole bunch and get drunk and jump in the water?
I can't comment on that. I don't know. But from our security footage, as he came in, went directly to the area and disrobed and went into the water. Anytime you deal with animals, you don't never know what's going to happen. I mean, it's dangerous and it should never happen.
If you had something to say to him, what would it be?
Well, it was an idiotic move.
14 sandbar, nurse, and sand tiger sharks called the aquarium home. Officers from Toronto's 52 Division arrived at the aquarium this afternoon to review the security video on the premise. Now, this is a photo of the man police now say was involved in an altercation at medieval times a couple hours before the incident at Ripley's. Police say a 34-year-old man was assaulted and suffered serious injuries. He was treated at hospital. Now, the suspect is wanted for assault at medieval times, and he's also wanted for mischief and for creating an indecent act here at Ripley's a couple hours later. Ahead on City News, we're going to speak with one man who I know has gone swimming with the sharks. Thankfully, he kept his clothes on. We'll have that for you a little later in the show. It's the skinny dip raising eyebrows across the globe, all caught on camera. One man swimming naked with the sharks at Toronto's Ripley's Aquarium. You can see him splashing about, then he gets out of the water at the urging of staff, only to dive back in. I'm Adrian Ghobrial. It was here Friday night at Ripley's Aquarium around 10:30 when the man decided to take off his clothes and jump in the shark tank. Now, today I caught up with one person who we know has swam with the sharks for a little bit of perspective on the whole incident, our own Winston C. You're the only one I know who has swam with the sharks at the aquarium. What was your experience like?
Well, first of all, there was a lot of safety involved. So from the time you go under the surface of the water to the bottom, they tell you what to do. They have a stick on the back in their hand, which the guides have, and they tap on the oxygen tank, and they basically tell you to lay low on the ground. So from that to what to do if a shark is swimming close to you, they do prepare you as a certified diver before you go down. So for someone who just jumped in the water without any training, without any protection, without any clothes, it's very dangerous and it could have gone very wrong.
We do see sharks attack in the wild, and what they tend to do is, if a seal's swimming at the surface, they come up from below. So for this guy to be swimming naked, hanging out at the top of the water, swimming around, that would have been a big no-no from the training you got.
Big no-no. The goal is, like I said, from the time you go below the surface is to get to the bottom, because anytime something is above a shark, they see it as a potential threat. So the second you're underneath, you're visible to them. You try to be as less threatening as possible to them. And again, they give you the training to try to fend off the shark should they come a little too close. So luckily everything was okay with this man.
So
but
your clothes were on.
My clothes were most certainly on, and I was thankful they were on. I still have all 10 fingers.
And toes.
And toes, and I want to keep it that way.
Such a brave man, our Winston C. Now, the gentleman here who took a naked dip in the shark tank fled partially clothed before police could arrive. The folks here at Ripley say his stunt wasn't just dangerous for himself, but also for the sharks. They plan to press charges if or when he is caught.